My name is Marc Helmrichs. I'm the previous activities director at Pequot Lakes High School as I retired in 2019, and I'll be the 2021 Minnesota nominee for the NIAAA Distinguished Service Award. I was born in Wadena, Minnesota. My family lived in Deer Creek. Growing up on a farm, I had two younger siblings. I think you gain a lot of responsibilities and you're also delegated a lot of freedom. I went to Deer Creek High School, which was a K-12 building, very small school. I graduated 17 in my class. I guess my fondest memories of high school include athletics and the coaches and the teammates that I had. And after graduation from high school, I went to Fergus Falls Community College. Quite honestly, my motivation for going to school was to play basketball. I felt I had a good opportunity to play basketball there. Upon leaving Fergus Falls, I went to the University of Minnesota Morris. Once again, I thought I had a good chance to play some basketball, which was important to me. Fortunately, I stumbled into a very good education program at the University of Minnesota Morris. I think I probably always knew I was going to do something in education. I didn't know exactly what that would be, but once I got into Morris, I actually changed my major several times. I started out in elementary ed, I became a social studies major. I finally settled in on a Phi Ed and health education major. I think I knew I'd get into education because I think my role models in junior high and high school were my teachers and my coaches. They were people I looked up to outside of my parents. I think I just looked at the impact that they had on me, and I think I wanted to be able to give that back and perhaps impact some kids the way I was impacted by those individuals. As far as the activities director piece, I have to be honest, I'd never contemplated it as a career when I was in college. My first job out of college was at Isle High School, and I was a full-time teacher, activities director, and I was junior high football and junior high basketball coach. It was very overwhelming. Just being a first-year teacher, I think, can be very stressful, but with the activities director, with basically a sink or swim opportunity, I think the thing that saved me was Isle was on the 4-day week. My classroom was on the 3rd floor. There was no phone, so I had to trek up and down 3 flights of stairs just to take a phone call or to make a phone call. And by today's standards, that seems archaic, but after 17 years in Isle, I was fortunate to be named the AD at Hibbing High School. This gave me an opportunity to be a full-time AD, which was very appealing to me. I felt like I was probably pretty average as a teacher, AD, and as coach, and this gave me a chance to focus on one thing, and I was very excited about that. 2 years later, I decided to make a move to Pequot Lakes. Probably what intrigued me about that position was the fact that Pequot Lakes is not a huge school, but they were in searching for a full-time AD, and I thought a school that size that's going to make it a priority to have a full-time AD was very interesting to me, and my wife and I moved there, and that turned out to be a really good move for us. I retired from Pequot Lakes High School in the spring of 2020. I think the things that I reflect on are the people that I was able to meet over the course of my career. I was fortunate to work with some great coaches, some great administrators. I think looking back early on in my days at Isle, one of my tasks in the Great River Conference was to create the boys and girls basketball schedule. Now you have to put yourself back 30 plus years. I came up with a schedule that split Friday nights with the boys and the girls. 30 plus years ago, not everybody thought that was a great idea, but I'd like to think that I had some way, shape, or form helping the girls get to some of those prime nights, if you will. And now it's something that people don't even bat an eye at what night of the week you play. But in the old days, girls played Mondays and Thursdays, boys played Tuesdays and Fridays. Probably, one of the things at Pequot Lakes that I'm proud of is the fact that we were able to add activities while I was there. We added girls hockey, we added robotics, clay target league. We entered into multiple co-ops with Brainerd High School and gymnastics and skiing and soccer. And I just felt that we really maximized our choices for the kids at Pequot Lakes High School, and that's something I feel good about, something I'm proud of. I think the greatest fear of any AD is when you've got that bus going the wrong direction, and you get that phone call that says, hey, aren't we playing softball at your place today? And your bus has left 2 hours ago, and somewhere they've met. That's happened to me once. You try not to have those things happen, but I think over the course of the seasons and years, I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more often. I feel fortunate to have been a member of the MnIAAA. I feel it's an organization that has done many positive things for the people and its membership over time. I think it's a network that you are in touch with people that are in the trenches with you on a daily basis. You can reach out to almost anybody across the state and ask for help, or if you see something that somebody's doing that you like and you'd like to implement it, people are very eager to help you, and I think that group is a very valuable tool to not only veteran activities directors, but especially to people just coming into the profession. I'd like to thank Dwight Lundeen and the committee for the nomination. I'm very humbled to receive the nomination. Thank you for that. I'd like to thank the coaches that I've worked with over time. I've been fortunate to have some great coaches. Of course, I'm biased because I was involved in getting them hired, but I've really been fortunate to work with some great coaches. Administratively, I feel like I've been blessed. I'd like to thank the ADs that I've worked with in the Great River Conference, the Iron Range Conference, most recently the Mid-State Conference, and especially the folks in Region 6A. I think those are the people that you spend most of your time with. And obviously my wife Brenda, I don't think you can have be a successful activities director without some strong support at home. And I've always felt we were kind of a team, and she's been there with me all the way, and I couldn't have done it without her. I'd like to thank the MnIAAA for everything they've done and things that they will continue to do. I think it's a great organization, and I just want to say thanks for all you do.